Man. Man.
Tell a doctor I got no patience. I'm hot on occasion. My flow is gold. Diamonds, rubies like Ozzie Davis. I'm ostentatious. Life's a gamble. Got stocks in Vegas. Box on my playlist. I know the game. I'm commentating. Your niggas back. Fresh off the slave ship. No time is wasted. Bitch, I'm buzzing like operation.
This ain't my regular day. Be going live, but I figured I would. What's going on, Tracy? I know people wasn't expecting this. The goddamn notifications be fucking up and shit, so a lot of people probably don't catch this on the playback. That's cool. What's up, Miss Evans? Oh man. Alright. Moses, what up? Tatiana, what up? Rottweiler, what up? Tanika, what is up? Peace be still, what up? Yeah, I'm off camera, y'all. I'm sitting in this bitch. I'm sitting in here. I ain't even got the lights on this bitch. Been in here just chilling. Smoking a little bit. Probably be smoking throughout this. So I ain't want to do it all on camera. For the sake of calling it something, smoking some tobacco. I'm just fishing to get my purpose. Competition and fuck niggas, the tobacco. Y'all give me a lecture later, not right now. Right now. My niggas flipping Fergie. Like this detergent, we shipping work it. She throw it back like Missy's work it. Man, let me turn this down. Oh man, let me turn this down, y'all. I'm not on camera for those of you who think something's wrong with your shit. It's not. There should be a picture of black mom and dad, and they holding their hands in prayer, and there's a brother sitting there like, the fuck? That's what you should be seeing. That's okay. That's how it's set up. Ain't nothing wrong with your shit. What's up, Ebony Knowledge? What is up? Biggs in the house. What's up? Y'all hit that like button on your way in. I have been getting sent messages about Kanye West. And I was like, man, I ain't even gonna fucking talk about no dumbass Kanye West. I'm not fucking with this shit. But then I said, after I get more and more little clips of this motherfucker with the goddamn, the Make America Great Again hat, and then Colin Kaepernick, he on SNL going ham, talking stupid fucking talk about this dumbass hat, why he wear it. It's just like, bruh. What the fuck is going on with you, cuz? What's up, Valine? What is up, A&K? What the fuck is going on with you, man? But we already know. We already know what's going on with him. And black people, y'all are really to be to blame for what's going on with Kanye. This motherfucker, the last time he came out here, all right? The last time this motherfucker came out here. What's up, She X? Last time he was here, there was a debate on his statement that he made on TMZ. This y'all's motherfucking boy. Kanye is y'all's boy. He went on TMZ and said that slavery was a choice. Black people couldn't decide what piece of the argument to be on. You know what side to be on in this shit. When we all should have been fucking unanimous. Everybody should have known what the fuck was going on. But nope. Black people let him slide as far as him being creative. This is just his creativity and nonconformist views
He woke. Y'all let this be a split decision. Then after the heat got on his ass about the shit, after a while, after people start reaching out to his dumb ass and saying he in the sunken place and all this shit, what motherfuckers decided to do with Kanye was let him ride. Y'all let him slide with that shit, you know. He came out and apologized, did some old fake crying shit on the fucking radio and shit, you know. Kanye was supposed to be quote unquote canceled by black folk. He wasn't. Kanye knows at this point he can come out and just troll black people if he wants to. He knows that's something that he can do whenever he gets ready. Now, he knows what not to say to them because he knows what's going to happen if they say something or if he says something about them, their treachery, their fuckery. And he'll try to, you know, he'll try to be partially woke sometime when he's talking about, you know, him trying to get into the fashion world and trying to get his brand over with the Louis Vuittons and shit like that. And some motherfuckers will get behind Kanye's old bitch ass when he's talking like that because they trying to keep a black man out of the designer industry. He wants to go over there and rub elbows with Versace now. For this, y'all deem Kanye woke. When he called out George Bush live on TV and shocked the world, people looked at him at that point as a goddamn revolutionary of some kind. When he went and chose to be with a white woman, that didn't raise any red flags as per black people's. Y'all let him slide for that too. Then he proceeds to continuously now disrespect the motherfucking culture, or what he'll call himself as he's siding with a clear racist ass president, as he's siding with him, he'll claim that he's just going against the grain. He's being different than y'all black people who actually care about racism, actually see the injustice. And this motherfucker will sometimes rap about the injustice, rap about, you know, what's really going on in the motherfucking system. Some of y'all have heard me say this before. If you listen to his Watch the Throne album, you know, he was talking and rapping about some real shit on that motherfucker. But now he comes out here and says any goddamn thing. And all black people do is threaten to cancel somebody, and them motherfuckers stay relevant. They stay relevant as fuck. Because they can come out and say any goddamn thing, and there are enough black people that will pardon it, make it seem like, you know, they just having some type of crazy meltdown. They need mental help. Some motherfuckers is coons. It's, you know, I understand mental health matters, and this is what black folk like to talk about. And I understand it, and I get that, and I believe that shit. Mental health matters. But some black people are just coons, and that's what they've chosen to do. I don't understand why we shouldn't really even be paying Kanye's ass no attention, truth be told. When he comes out here and says this stupid shit, we should let him say this stupid shit, whatever it is that he wants to fucking say. We don't even comment on it at all. We know he's a motherfucking coon. We see he's in a motherfucking sunken place. we don't even acknowledge what the fuck he talking about. Because at some point, they will show him. They've already shown him. I would think he would know by now, and it kept him out of this fashion designer world where he can't, quite get to that level with the motherfuckers. You'd think he'd have been shown then. But they're going to show his motherfucking ass, and then it's going to come down to whether or not black people support him. He'll be one of those black people, coming now to have other black people feel like it's our responsibility to carry him. Because they're being racist towards him. White supremacy is working on him. We have to ignore this motherfucker. He can wear as many fucking Make America Great Again hats as he wants to. Let him. Let all of them motherfuckers wear these goddamn hats. Because they're only, what they're doing is creating an illusion within a motherfucking illusion. You can wear the hat. You can wear all the hats you want to wear. You can do and say whatever the fuck you think they want you to say. When it comes time for you to be checked, for you to be reminded, you will be. Ask Bill Cosby. If you need somebody to talk to, give him a call. He may actually now be giving out some great advice as to what the fuck y'all need to be really doing out here. Now that he learned, because a lot of these motherfuckers are going to learn the same goddamn lesson, and we can't do anything about that. We can't guilt them into, responding a certain way to certain issues. We just can't do it because it's not working. It's a way. It's call him a coon, keep moving. Shit, Kanye cooning again. And move. These motherfuckers gonna learn one day. Move. We can't continue to spend time on these problematic motherfuckers because they saying some coon shit. They're justifying supporting a racist, talking about bringing jobs back. Where the fuck is racism and white supremacy going? Even if you bring jobs back, where the fuck is that going? It just doesn't make any sense. If you ain't talking about relieving that, you and the president, whoever the fucking president is at the time, if that ain't what y'all talking about, lifting this up off of motherfuckers' backs, then y'all ain't talking about shit. You can talk about bringing back all the jobs you want to. You can talk about building your goddamn walls and all this shit. You can do and say whatever the fuck, employment rate, what the fuck is going on and what are you doing to reduce racism and white supremacy in a country that is ran by rich people? Money. What are you doing about that? What are you saying about that? When these motherfuckers call themselves going to talk to the president, if this ain't what they're going with, it's just, what are you going for? If you're not just trying to dismantle a piece of this system that you have data to support that targets black peoples. Like the privatized prison complex. If that's not the conversation, then there's no point in talking to these motherfuckers because y'all ain't going with the right things. You're not going with the right types of demands. We're supposed to just deal and keep our heads down and let people like Kanye speak for us on motherfucking TV. And you have other black people that will support what the fuck he's talking about. Let them. This surge of so-called black Republicans, let them. Black conservatives, let them. Let them believe. Because sometimes that's what it takes. They need to, try to blend in best they can. And then when they become victims of racism and white supremacy, they can't continue to talk about how it wasn't there and how it's only to the hoods, it's only to the would-be thugs because they done tried the best they can to blend into this shit. And it ain't working. You call this shit out for what it is. You make sure your kids understand what the fuck is going on. What's the problem with what he's saying? What's the problem with what they're supporting? You make sure your children understand that. But we don't get these motherfuckers a lot of our attention no more. We're about to be coming up on a whole new year. We leave Kanye, look, just dust his ass, look, kick him right off the motherfucking boat. Let Kim come swim and save his bitch ass. Let Kim come save him. Because being partially woke is fucking problematic if the part you're woke about isn't racism and white supremacy. If you partially woke somewhere else, but you hadn't realized this, because if you don't understand the system of white supremacy, everything else will confuse you. Nearly Fuller, he told y'all. He done said it. If you ain't got this part, if you can't even wrap your mind around this, well, every other conspiracy you think you know about is, you don't even see the big picture, really. Because you can't connect everything, you just know some stuff. So let these motherfuckers think they waking up. Like, oh, yeah. The Republicans, nah, it ain't them. Let them believe that. Hell, the Democrats had their run with black folk. Let the Republicans have their run with black folk too. Let them have their fucking run. And when black people realize that neither one of these motherfucking two sides got your back, then we can goddamn get to work out here. Because apparently we believe we about to run to some goddamn safe havens. If we just adopt this mindset, adopt these talking points, that we gonna blend in with every motherfucking body else. And it's gonna be okay. Let them go. Let them walk that walk. Black folk been doing it with the Democrats for generations. And we see, ain't shit came through no goddamn Democrats. Well, you go let these other black motherfuckers see over here that ain't shit coming through no goddamn Republicans. So now let's get back to work. Because we really don't have time for this shit. This is why we don't have time to really even acknowledge these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers are trolling for acceptance. From a people that's not going to fucking accept them. If they call themselves getting out of line. Once we learn this lesson, we'll be able to get more shit done. We'll be able to be more practical with one another as per, and when we're talking about solutions and when we're talking about what we need to do as a people to progress in this motherfucking country. We'll be able to have more realistic conversations because then ain't nobody talking about voting. Ain't nobody talking about this political system as if it's real. As if there's some way you're going to go in there and, change how it works. Well, now we don't have time. We're not even talking about that. We've been Christians for this long. Well, we're not even bringing Christianity to the table no more. Because none of this shit matter. Clearly, this stuff don't matter. You tried their religion. You do it big, do it hard. That don't matter. That don't work. It's a non-factor. You try Democrat with them. And the ones the white folk that claim they love you. You done tried that with them. Didn't work. Y'all black folk done tried to be every goddamn thing. And it ain't working. And instead of us realizing that, we keep trying to run the other sets. Now we'll go, well, let's go be Republicans now for a while. Maybe they can open up more jobs for black folks. So their talking points on Fox News can become even more relevant. We're giving y'all niggas jobs. They're low paying. You still not going to be below poverty line, at a lot of these jobs, but we giving you jobs. Y'all should be repaired by now. Y'all should be okay by now. Because that's all it is. That's all these motherfuckers want to do. To try to ease their conscience. That's the Republican angle. Well, here, black man, black woman, I'll give you some jobs. Won't deal with the racism and white supremacy that even has the neighborhood you live in redlined. Won't deal with the fact that your children are going to low standards, but way below standard public schools. Won't deal with any of that. I'll give you some jobs, though. That's the Republican game. And that's the game that these black Republicans are falling for. And we sitting here listening to them, being convinced. Is they're confused about how America works. 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up. Incorporated. They act like they're confused. You got Kanye in here making these types of statements. Kanye making these types of statements, talking about he gonna abolish the 13th Amendment. That's what he wants to talk to the president about. He feels like wearing this hat gonna help him be a part of the conversation of abolishing the 13th Amendment. He goes back and says, no. I didn't mean to say abolish. I meant to say amend. Why the fuck would you go apologize for saying abolish? Because slavery shouldn't be allowed, period. In no type of way. But the 13th Amendment allows slavery unless you commit a crime. I mean, what the fuck? There's no amending that. That's disgusting. Considering that they wrote that into the Constitution and then turned around and targeted black people for the crime. When you look at what the fuck happened, that's completely and utterly disgusting. Why would you go back and fix the word abolish? I'm sorry, amend. This is what the fuck this motherfucker believes in. This is what a lot of these black Republicans believe in. This rhetoric is becoming more and more popular. Let them have it, y'all. Let them have it. Let them believe. Because apparently they haven't been paying any motherfucking attention. We fresh days off of Bill Cosby. And these niggas believe that by being Republican, somehow they'll be saved. It's ridiculous. And we haven't learned anything yet. But to ensure that these same mistakes aren't repeated by other these would be popular people, black people that get the whatever they say becomes public record. We got to start ignoring these motherfuckers. We got to start ignoring them. And when we say somebody's fucking canceled for saying some fucked up shit against the motherfucking culture, against the motherfucking people, they really canceled. We're not just saying it. It's not an idle threat. We don't fuck with you, cuz. We don't even talk about you. When they ask us questions about you, we say no comment. He's not with us. We don't talk about people that's not with us. And explain why we don't talk about people that's not with us. Tell our kids why we don't even acknowledge these motherfuckers that's not with us. We don't do that. I'm gonna get to some of y'all's comments in a second. Hold on. I'm gonna get to some of y'all's comments. What's up, Nat? I'm not on screen. I'm not on screen. There's nothing wrong. I'm not on screen. Listen. What we got to understand about a lot of these black people out here, and this is regardless of what area, what part of the socioeconomic spectrum they came from, a lot of them believe that they can blend in, that they can be as, non-problematic and say, whatever the fuck these white motherfuckers are saying, and they will somehow get some type of pass. And they will give them passes. Fox News will use the black Republicans to come and be their mouthpiece to other black people and show them, to show society that, look, there are some sophisticated black people that will come and ignore racism and white supremacy, and just like we want to do, and they'll come do it and kind of hold black people, convict black people, because if this black person can do it, then that black person can do it too. So they'll come convict other black people. We can use black people to do that, because when we try to do it, they'll say we racist. White folk know what the fuck it is. So these black Republican, these black Trump supporters, they have a purpose, and they serve a purpose. Because instead of saying, if you're supposed to be woke, instead of saying the system is fucked up, these black motherfuckers are sitting here saying the Democrats are fucked up. You got other black people sitting around talking about, well, no, it's the Republicans, they fucked up. That ain't woke. That ain't woke. If we're using this terminology, that's not woke. It doesn't matter which fucking piece of this, system that you choose to hold hands with. At some point, you will be expendable. What's happening to your people is fucking, really, if you ask me, irreconcilable, really. But they won't even acknowledge this shit. Democrats or Republicans. The system is fucked up. I'll give y'all this other example before I get the fuck off here, because I wasn't going to be on here that long. Hold on. Let me give y'all this other example. This is what I'm talking about when I say partially woke celebrities and the shit that they say that shows that they're not really understanding what system they're in, or they've chosen to be blind to what the fuck is going on in its entirety. Because to deal with it in its entirety means compromising a piece of themselves that they don't want to let go, and that is white approval. Black folk will do damn near anything to keep the sense or feeling of white approval. They'll do damn near anything for that. It's very important to a lot of these black folk out here. Let's talk about J. Cole. Now, a lot of y'all will deem J. Cole as full-blown woke. A lot of y'all will deem J. Cole as full-blown woke, even though he's mixed. Y'all will go full-blown woke for J. Cole. J. Cole is another artist who talks about a piece of the system. He gives you a small piece of the system. And to black people, that's enough to go ahead and call somebody full-blown woke. A small piece is what they give you. J. Cole will talking about this government and how it's ran by money. He even talks about the tax system. He even mentions racism as well in his music. He'll reference racism. But here we have J. Cole. Now, I know y'all can't see it, but I have this article pulled up here from it's on my Instagram. If y'all not following me on Instagram, click the link in the description box. Come fuck with me on Instagram. Let me tell y'all what J. Cole did and the mistake that J. Cole made. J. Cole recently did an interview. And I'm going to read y'all this passage from his interview, because the headline reads, J. Cole explains why he didn't vote in 2016 elections. I prefer an honest America. Basically, he prefers something he's never experienced before. So I don't even know why he says prefer like it's something you can prefer. No, this isn't, you don't even know what that looks like. You don't even know what the fuck that looks like. Because there's a reason it's not an honest America. And I think that's where the conversation should stay. But let me read y'all this small passage here, what J. Cole had to say. It says here, the Dreamville head honcho explains he passed on voting for either Hillary Clinton nor Bernie Sanders because, in quotes, because Hillary Clinton wasn't somebody that was motivating me to go vote. If it was Bernie Sanders, I would have showed up and voted. I would have been first in line. No bullshit. No disrespect to Hillary. I don't care to lend my voice for a politician at the end of the day. Basically, what he says here is that if it would have been Bernie Sanders, he'd have ran his ass up there and voted, because then voting wouldn't have mattered if it would have been Bernie Sanders. A lot of black folk was sipping that Bernie juice. He old as fuck, so it's that prune juice. Black folk was sipping on that Bernie juice. I'll continue on reading here. It says, also, he's somewhat content with how Donald Trump made office, simply for public discourse and hidden issues now coming to light. He says, actually, with Trump in office, I love that America gets to see the truth. If Hillary Clinton was in office, it would be the most fucking disingenuous shit, because everybody would be thinking that everything is cool because we have an incredibly qualified female president. Now, here's what I'm saying. For one, you know, for any black person to believe that some white person is going to come in here and do anything for black people, you're highly mistaken. I'll say this, and I know it's going to sound fucking harsh a little bit, but if you're talking about voting and you're not talking about the Electoral College, then you ain't talking about shit. I don't want to see nobody talking about voting, and I don't see the words Electoral College in there anywhere. I don't even want to hear anybody talk about voting, and I don't hear the words Electoral College in there anywhere. I can't deal with it. Now, what J. Cole says here is he would have went and voted for Bernie Sanders if Bernie would have made it on the ballot instead of Hillary, but he chose to not vote at all because Hillary didn't even motivate him. Not the system is fucked up. Not that part. And people thinking Donald Trump teaching America a lesson. The Electoral College chose Donald Trump. It wasn't the popular vote. Anytime voting is mentioned, that has to be said. Or the conversation, it can't be honest. It's impossible for you to have an honest conversation about voting and you don't talk about the Electoral College. Because you have to deal with that. You have a president that lost the popular vote by 3 million votes in Donald Trump. You have to deal with the reality of that anytime you have a conversation about voting. Not that, well, oh, I didn't like Hillary, so I didn't vote. No, hell no. You got to talk about the reality of, if you're going to tell me that you didn't vote, I'd rather hear that you know it don't matter what the fuck voting you do, it don't motherfucking matter. To me, that's a woke answer. Y'all can call motherfuckers woke. That's what a woke motherfucker would say. Because they know that Democrats or Republicans don't have their motherfucking best interest at heart. And if y'all claiming that some of these third-party white folk got your best interest at heart, I don't know what the fuck y'all even talking about, because ain't no third-party white folk having y'all's back. It's not happening. They may come in and deal with the poor as a group, as a whole, throw jobs out and motherfuckers and shit like that. What's up, Miss Murphy? Throw jobs out here and shit like that. But they're not coming to give a fuck about this racist ass system and who its targets seem to be. It will not deal with that. J. Cole, a lot of people say, full-blown woke. And I'll say, compared to a lot of these motherfuckers, J. Cole does a much better job than a lot of these other motherfuckers. But it's when they're in situations like this that it shows a little bit of what's going on with them too. They still holding on to something. Because you can't say fuck the system and then say, well, it doesn't have my right person within the system that I'm supposed to be going to vote for here. The system is damaged, flawed. It is corrupt in every way. Money controls it. Not your vote. The Electoral College's vote is what controls it. So that'd be why I said I didn't vote in 2016. Not because Hillary Clinton was on the motherfucking ballot, and not because if Hillary Clinton would have won, then, you know, it would have been disingenuous shit going on. No, it wouldn't have. It'd have been blatant like the fuck it's been motherfucking blatant the whole time. I don't understand why y'all acting like this shit is new. Cops are still getting off for killing black people all day, every day. It doesn't matter who the fucking president is. Doesn't matter if the president is Democrat or Republican. They're still getting off. You're still being targeted. Doesn't matter who the president is. It wouldn't have been disingenuous if Hillary would have been the president. It'd have been what it's been the whole fucking time. Black people being targeted for being black. Simple how it works, really. Y'all still listen to J. Cole music. I'm not sitting here saying he can't rap. I'm not going to sit here and say dude can't rap, but, you know, I can still see the flaw in this type of logic when you know, act like you understand the system. You don't fully understand it yet if you're still saying this type of shit, in my opinion. Now, some of y'all may say something's wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, typically, I mean, black people should be like something's wrong with me. And that's fine, but you know, I see flaws in some of this stuff. And again, I want the understanding for black people to be a full understanding. Like the tricks that we falling for now, it's the Republicans gonna carry us through to the promised land. Like what? What do you mean? Black person, what are you saying? What the fuck are you saying? Javon McDaniel says Republicans were the abolitionists. Shout out to Tony Smith for putting something on the motherfucking books this evening. Mad love, Tony. But Republicans were the abolitionists. They didn't want the South to get that economic power, to continue to have the economic dominance that they had, because they were enslaving and getting that free labor by any means necessary via the black man, woman, and child. They did help. But to believe that this group of would-be abolitionists, that, or if you use that logic, because we can talk about the Democrats, they're the ones they're the ones who had the KKK running off the Confederate flag and all that shit. That's the Dixiecrats. That's the South. We have black people now that will come out and say this rhetoric. Well, those were the abolitionists that were coming to free black folk. What's happened for black folk since they've been quote unquote freed? Does any of those abolitionist motherfuckers care about that? Because now you have new slavery. Now you have the new Jim Crow. Now, well, we can even deal with the Jim Crow era itself. So how many of them abolitionist motherfuckers care about this shit too? Where are their motherfucking descendants at? Neither party ain't never had the truly best interests of black people at heart. They don't mind once the slavery became not as gruesome or not as heinous as they deemed it from their, you know, as they tried to deem it from their moral high ground. Well, just locking them up and targeting them, that's fine. You know, you stick them in ghettos, redline them, don't give them business loans, you know, make the schools in their areas poor, take all the businesses out of those areas. They don't have a problem with any of that. Okay, but they care about black folk. I was like, what the fuck? There's no safe haven for black folk. Nowhere. And that's what bothers me, that people create this illusion that there is. The Black Lady of Chaos and Havoc says Kanye admitted that he doesn't like to read. His opinion is null and void to me. I don't know if reading even saved that motherfucker. Any motherfucker that's spitting that Republican rhetoric, reading ain't about to save them. Reading ain't about to do that shit for them. They don't give a fuck. Aminia Amare says, I will wear my MAGA hat. I have that right. You most definitely have that right. I don't see nothing wrong with coons wearing their hats. I don't see anything wrong with that. I get to see who not to trust, who not to be around. To me, I think everybody who supports Donald Trump, everybody who supports this system really needs to wear red hats like that. It's like a fucking dunce cap to me. And I don't mind it. Like, it doesn't bother me. And it is your right to wear that hat every day. I say every day, if you ask me. That's just me, though. I need to see you. That's just for my own reciprocity. That way I know who ain't really with me right now. You know. I don't mind that. I don't judge people for that. Again, I'm not about to sit out here and judge these so-called black Republicans, these black conservatives. There's nothing to even say to them, but just watch. Just watch. They're gonna give black folk a couple jobs and act like they saving black people. Like, y'all motherfuckers, it's just so, and these be smart people. These be politically smart, politically savvy people to the masses. It's just like, y'all just not paying attention to what the fuck is going on out here, and what, racism is it really is. Like, it's a system. Somebody's arguing. X Fowler says you can be conservative and have a brain. Well, you can be a Christian and have a brain too. You got a brain, you're just not using it fully. That's all. You ain't unlocking the full potential of your brain by choosing to be a conservative. Because, what does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean? Less government interaction, that's not a part of what being a conservative is. Receiving less government help, call yourself conservative that way, but the government's still fucking you over in its justice system. Like, what does it matter if you're a conservative or a liberal? When them handcuffs get on your motherfucking ass, do they care who you voted for then? Or do they care what your political views are then? Like, do they give a fuck about all that? Or is it just something that you like to want to say to feel smart? I'm a conservative. Here are my talking points. You're like, okay, conservative. Like, you're black. So using the word conservative, you black. Ain't nobody questioning what you believe in, what your views are. Nobody's asking you. They're not checking with you to even see what's going on with you. And they only give you a platform when you're talking about excusing all of this. If you notice that on Fox News, like it's like if you can't see a pattern with that, then you can be a conservative and all this shit. But if you can't see clear patterns and see how you're being used, then to me, I mean, what's the point? You got a brain, but you're not using that motherfucker. If you'll come on Fox News and say what the fuck these white motherfuckers been saying, there's a spot for you. There's a spot for you. Cosmic Warrior says, I can't trust most black people, period. Most have been indoctrinated by the media and education of this, I think you meant this, of this crappy country. Most would stab me in the back for a Kanye. You goddamn right. That's why I want them to wear these goddamn hats. Because then I won't even turn my back to them. You see what I'm saying? You are goddamn right. Some hat that shows like that you just don't really give a fuck. Help me be able to see. That way my back ain't even turned towards the motherfuckers. Looking at them face on with my hands up. Like, really? We can talk, but I'm going to hold my hands right here the whole time. Motherfucker. Since you want to wear this hat and shit. This is how I talk to you now. We can talk. I'm not just going to beat your ass, smack your hat off your head or nothing. If you want to talk to me, we can talk, but my goddamn hand's going to be up, bitch, and I'm not turning my back to your motherfucking ass. And I like to know that information very early. Very, very early, actually. But the way black people worship celebrities, you can't trust. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. I mean, the way black people cape behind celebrities of, you know, not even just the black celebrities, any old type of celebrity out here, black people will cape to their, you know, they make them gods in their mind. And you can't trust motherfuckers like that because they can be told to do dumb shit against you. Really. I don't trust them. Any motherfucker. I don't care what color you are. I don't trust them. When I see that there are black people that sit around choosing the sides of celebrities, and you know, you can't trust them. They will argue harder than like, you won't even protect your own brother like that. You protect the motherfucker you seen on TV, listen to his CD a couple times. You won't even ride for yourself like that. I don't trust motherfuckers that don't ride for themselves. No, motherfuckers out here treating black folk any old type of way. They don't have the type of passion and vigor that they have as they defend celebrities and defend, you know, whatever fucking belief system they believe matters that they have. Like, you don't hear them as passionate when they dealing with this motherfucking system that's sitting out here goddamn treating us like pure shit on a pretty much daily goddamn basis. No. Hell no. But if Amber Rose say some out of pocket shit, here they come. Goddamn, hell, Beyonce, Jay-Z say some out of pocket shit, here they come. It don't matter. Motherfucking Kanye, another motherfucker, here they come. Like, these motherfuckers say any goddamn thing. Black people come out the goddamn woodwork. You be like, where the fuck was you when we was talking about Kendrick Johnson being murdered? Where the fuck have you been when we dealing with all these motherfucking black men being hung out here that they calling they ruling suicides, black people in general being ruled? Where the fuck are y'all at then? Where are your comments at then? All these lies these motherfuckers done told you all your goddamn life, you finding the truth out, and you mad at the motherfuckers telling the truth. Like, get the fuck out of here. You can't trust people who do shit like that. They'll defend goddamn Jesus before they defend themselves. Hey, I don't. I can't tell folk what to do. I can't tell folk what the fuck to do. But I do not trust a motherfucker that will stand in front of me yelling, screaming, about to fight damn near about some goddamn Jesus. I won't do it. Where the fuck is this passion? Y'all got, black folk got their passion set in the places that I don't even, it's just like, this motherfucker, he don't even gotta show up, show proof, nothing. Y'all arguing over motherfucker you ain't never seen, can't see. have faith that he there. Y'all argue over him harder than you'll argue for your own goddamn people out here. I can't do it. And I don't trust people like that. I don't trust them. And if you do, you're setting yourself up to be stabbed in the goddamn back. Y'all can go ahead with some comments, questions if you have any. Answer a couple more questions and shit before I get off here. Y'all make sure y'all click the like button, share the video. We're going to have to start ignoring these motherfuckers, man, and focusing a lot better than we are, really, and really just teach our kids not to fall for this goddamn propaganda. Mad love, whatever it takes. Mad love to you. What's up, Cynthia? What is up? You ain't missed nothing. You didn't miss nothing. Me running my mouth, black folk nodding, and we'll be right back to the same shit tomorrow. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we got to leave these motherfuckers in the goddamn dust. Lingo. Do I play 2K? No, I don't play 2K. I play games though. I'm not gonna sit here and not gonna high horse you just because I don't play 2K don't mean I don't game. Actually I live streaming on this channel sometimes. Some of the people that follow me they like watching me live streaming cuss as I shoot people, on the game and shit like that. So we have fun sometime with that. Net LeRae says, Rob, do you think in today's climate we could form another Black Panther Party? I think we most definitely can form another Black Panther Party. Most definitely. If Black people start taking themselves seriously. We don't take ourselves seriously right now. We can't even stay focused for more than 3 or 4 days about something. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, it can happen, but the minds of the people have to be in the right place. They have to be in the right place first. Because the Black Panther Party failed. Really, the original Black Panther Party failed by and large as well, because the communities around the Black Panthers, the Black communities around the Black Panthers did not rally and pick up that mantle and carry it down. And, a lot of times we talk about how our grandparents, or they'll say, grandparents failed us. That's, that mantle should have been passed down. That mentality, that mindset, that should have not been able to be dismantled, to where we have to form another. There's been one in place the whole time, and it's been passed down generation to generation of Black peoples. But we choose to pass the Bible down, you see. That's what we did. That's what we chose. We chose that. TJ, respect TJ. TJ said, Rob, you was right about not having to pay income tax and taxes. You said you like to put exempt. Yeah, I mean, that's real shit. You can do the research on that, man. You can actually do research on these income taxes and how that shit's even illegal. That's another problem that people don't have a tendency to have when they're having meetings with the president and all this other shit that they're doing, trying to talk Donald Trump into giving a fuck about Black people. They don't even talk about shit like the income tax and what they do with our taxes as well, because they do whatever the fuck they want. We out here starving. The motherfuckers in there making 6 figures a year to sit down and raise their hand and clap and shit every once in a while and read some goddamn files like they care about them. 6 figures. read what's going on in current events so they can get in the goddamn interviews and shit and act like they don't know what the fuck people talking about. So they can be confused, convolute the argument, distract, mystify even. Goddamn it, the way they motherfucker be sitting there dodging racism like it's like motherfucker. Goddamn. White folk might not be that goddamn athletic, but them bitches got to be dodgeball champions. Dodgeball champions. Them motherfuckers turn into goddamn Elastigirl off the goddamn Incredibles when you start talking about goddamn racism. Some people say there already is a new Black Panther Party. There is. Their ideologies don't necessarily line up exactly with the original Black Panther Party, but there is a new Black Panther Party. I like the originals better, personally. Some of those guys, the things that they said and how true those things ring to this day, you know, prophetic even. They knew the state we'd be in if we continued to operate the way we were. Ryan James says, like J. Cole said, we should be able to vote with what we want to do with our tax dollars via an app on our phones. Taxation without representation is exploitation, slavery. I don't know if I would really try. It's hard, man. It's hard for me. That's real. But an app on our phones, them bitches can manipulate that shit however the fuck they want it to, really. This technology is easily manipulatable. They can manipulate numbers and shit. They do it all the goddamn time. Padding stats, doing fake census reports and shit like that. But that is a good point, though, most definitely. Because, you know, what they do with our tax dollars is up on them. And typically they're spending most of the money into the criminal defense. Not criminal defense. They own the criminal defense. They ain't really got to deal with pay for that. They just threaten all them motherfuckers. But our defense, you know, the military gets up most of that money, and justifiably they'll, you know, act like that we have to be protecting ourselves at all times. You know, terrorists are amongst us, and we need billions of dollars to keep them off our backs. So, you know, that's what they do. Hood Mistress Reloaded says, because the original Black Panther stuck with the code, we still struggle to form a code as a collective, most definitely. We ain't got no goddamn codes. And anybody that's trying to get Black people on code, they're deemed problematic. That's the mind fucked aspect of us. Not only do we not have a code, anybody that's Black that's trying to implement any such code other than work hard to make it within the system of white supremacy. If that's not, you know, just do what you gotta do to make it. If it's anything outside of that, get money, fuck the system, anything outside of shit like that, worry about you and yours. And if it's anything outside of that, if you even say anything outside of that, you become problematic to your own community. That's what's crazy about the shit. That's how sick and twisted it really is. Exactly. Smokes a lot better. Exactly. Practical Black power, practical Black consciousness. Epidemic Beat says, I forgot to ask this question on Wednesday. Do you think it's true that Cosby tried to blackball other Black comedians? I could see that. Black comedians that, now again, here's the thing, and I'm going to continue to make this point every time I start down a road like this. You can be objective in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put it past Bill Cosby. I don't know directly what happened, directly what he did, but I can't put it past him because other comedians was cussing, saying nigga, and goddamn that shit like that. And Bill Cosby wasn't really for all of that. Come to find out, he was only interested in laying up with a bunch of white hoes. Who'd have thought? He wasn't trying to cuss really, because that was, you know, morally wrong. Wasn't saying nigga, because that was morally wrong as well. He got off on some other shit. But I do believe that he could have been like, yo, nah, I ain't working with that motherfucker. I don't like the way they talk. Well, I guess Bill Cosby wouldn't have said motherfucker, but nonetheless, you know, paraphrasing, of course. I ain't trying to work with, you know, that black comedian because they are vulgar and dirty or some shit like that. I could see that motherfucker being on some shit like that. I don't know. I can't hold him accountable, but you know, I can see him doing some shit like that. ANK says if we had a code, we wouldn't be sleeping with the enemy. I do believe that. I do believe that. You wouldn't want to be having no goddamn kids that don't look like you. You most definitely wouldn't be doing that. As black people continue to fetishize mixed babies. I just made a post about that on Instagram. It's so disgusting to see it. It's just, it blows my mind that so many black people engage in this type of goddamn behavior. Not only, you know, laying around with white people, but putting white people on pedestals and then, you know, trying their best because they, you know, hate them fucking selves to have kids that don't look like them. It's just like, you know, how the fuck? Y'all, I'm about to get the fuck off of here. Actually, I said I was gonna come on and do an hour show. I said I was gonna come on here and do an hour. People want me to talk about motherfucking Kanye's motherfucking bitch ass. People wanted me to talk about him being on Saturday Night Live, cooning, you know, trolling. Really, black folk just need to ignore him. Motherfuckers just cussing him out and all this shit, and came out and fake apologized for saying what he said on TMZ. Now he's come out and justifies wearing goddamn "Make America Great Again" hat, supporting Donald Trump and all this shit. Like, no, hell, motherfucking no. We cannot keep letting these motherfuckers get away with this shit, and then we cannot keep giving them our attention for saying the bullshit that they're saying. And if a motherfucker is actually canceled by black people, we need to cancel the fuck out of them. Now, I'm not saying that we gonna, you know, cancel J. Cole for what he said. He's just misinformed and not fully woke. We need to stop acting like motherfuckers is full blown know what the fuck going on when they show that they don't really fully know what's going on with this system and how this motherfucking system works. Y'all leave these black Republicans alone. Let them sit in that fucking corner over there, wait for white people to choose them to come sit with them so they can understand what the fuck is going on with them, how they are not going to have their motherfucking back at all. Let them go experience that. Ain't no point in us trying to stop them. They chose. Let them go see what the fuck going on. But that's all the fuck I wanted to say, y'all. Mad love for everybody that came in and spent a little time with me this evening. I will still be doing a show on Wednesday. I see somebody said something about will I be doing a show on Wednesday. I will still be doing a show on Wednesday as well. So y'all, you know, be ready for that. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna come in and be talking about right now, but we will be back in here Wednesday night getting it in. Y'all follow me on social media to keep up with exactly what the fuck going on. When I do have these random shows, I do announce them on social media. So follow me to not miss shows like this. Y'all share this video, like this video, let everybody know what the fuck's going on. Mad love, shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what it is. If you want to donate anything, links in the description box. You want t-shirts, links in the description box. You want to know anything about me, email me everything, links in the description box. So all the info is there. Mad love, y'all. I will see y'all Wednesday night. I'm out.